Let's unmute you. All right. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. You turned your video off. All right. Here we go. I think it's a fair question. Do women owe your community, and what are you willing to do to save the black community? All right, Lydia, how are you? Unmute yourself. Hi, Lydia. Yeah, I can hear you now. How old are you, by the way? All right. So, what do you got for me? What question did you come here to tackle?
I actually just like saw that you were live and I joined in last second. So I'm kind of out of the loop right now.
So, why do y'all do that? Y'all just jump on panels? Not know we talk.
I honestly didn't even think I was gonna get in because like I've tried to get in before and I've never gotten in. So I didn't even think this was gonna work.
I'm always curious as to why that is, though, because I got a show. So you click on the link because you didn't think you were going to get in. Now that you're here,
Now that
what
I'm here,
what sense does that make? I'm trying to understand why y'all do that. Seriously.
I don't know. I honestly I wasn't,
Do you have a question
I
about
didn't even
anything?
think it was, what'd you say?
Do you have a question about anything? Because now that you're here, I don't want you to just sit here and look silly.
Okay.
What?
Okay. What were you guys talking about beforehand?
No, 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 no. That's a whole monologue. Why do you normally watch the show, and what question do you have?
Um, I normally watch it because of your viral moments, and a lot of people have a problem with you. And so I never jumped to conclusions. So I started watching just to kind of get a feel to why people were like up in arms about you. I personally have never been offended by anything you said, but I can see why people get offended. Okay, to your question, your question. My question
You say
is,
people are offended. Are you saying women are offended?
yeah,
Okay, so I like to be specific. People aren't offended by me. Women are offended by me.
yeah,
And are these women? Do these women tend to be in shape, fit, childless, and attractive?
no,
That's why they're upset.
yeah. Um,
That,
yeah,
I mean,
no, I,
I mean, can we just admit that? I mean, that's why they're angry
yeah,
because they fall into the demographics of being out of shape or overweight
yeah,
with children and or unattractive. And two of the three things, you can do something about your weight and your shape and
mhm,
even your child status.
yeah,
What your face is, we're all born with that. But there's
yeah,
anything that I say about women, stuff that's really outside of their control if they choose to control it.
yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you. I guess my question, now that we've been talking for a second here, a question that kind of pops into the mind is how how do you think women, especially my age, should approach how to be, I guess, like a top tier female in a sense? Because I feel like in the,
A top tier female.
oh, like just like, as like the rap videos like to call it, like a bad bitch, because it's like
Why do you want to
you
be
have
a?
one
Why do
hand.
you want to? Why? Okay, a top tier female is not a
Wait,
bad.
wait,
First off, hold on. Let's be clear.
wait.
What's pushed in quote unquote rap culture?
Yeah, no, no, that's
Who?
not
No,
my
no, no,
question.
no,
No,
no.
I'm
But
saying I'm saying it's different depending on whatever culture or whatever class that you're in. Like in rap culture, it's like being the bad bitch, you know.
But that's what I
And
was saying. Stop, stop. That's what I was saying. You're mixing stuff up. Saying the bringing in the would you bring in rap along with academia?
no,
Okay,
no, but
but
I feel like
listen,
a lot
listen,
of
listen, listen. So that's the not you shouldn't link those things. That's all I'm saying. And to go automatically to Instagram or to rap thinking that's what men want is not what men want. That's good to look at. Does that make
okay,
sense?
yeah,
It's no different than what you see in rap videos today is what used to be seen in the strip clubs or go-go dances or either of those wives.
mm, no,
All
I
right.
mean
So when asking me what does a woman need to do to be a woman like that, I can't help you.
that's not what I
That's
was
why we need to
asking.
make the distinction.
That's not necessarily what I was asking.
Then reframe your question.
I guess I honestly don't even know how to, I don't even know how to put it in words. Like it's okay. What would you say to young girls who are being approached with all these different imageries on what, what men want? You have rap saying this, you have college folks saying this. You just have they have so many different images
Stop.
that
Stop. Are you in college?
no, not anymore, no.
One of the problems I have with young ladies today is you ladies are so you can't even frame a question. A college educated woman can't give me a simple question. If this is the case, turn off the TV, turn off Instagram, turn off the videos, minimize your inputs because I am tired of hearing young ladies who are so overloaded, overwhelmed that makes you sound scatterbrained.
I am scatterbrained right now. I'm not
Well,
gonna
that is
lie. I was
but that's not no, you're not. That's not just right now, and that's a part of the problem with this texting, the instant gratification. Let me ask you, Lydia, when was the last time you picked up an actual book and read it for enjoyment?
It's sitting on the table right now, actually. I don't have any social media.
I said, when was the last time you picked one up and read it?
10 minutes ago.
Okay, what book are you reading?
The Bible.
And you're reading the Bible for enjoyment.
Yeah.
Do you realize how now you come in asking questions about what should a woman do to be a bad bitch and all these input?
No,
Listen, I listen very well, young lady. Listen, because you can go back and listen to this section, and the question you tried to frame was all over the place, and
it
then you
was.
tell
And that's not what I meant.
stop.
That's not what I meant.
What did I say? Did I say stop? Am I talking to myself, people? I'm trying to teach you something. Or tell you something. But you know what? Go ahead. Because this is another problem. 23 years old, impatience. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. I'm
Young lady.
listening.
I,
Yes.
finally. So, juxtaposing what you said against the question you're about to ask makes no sense. There's no one that it doesn't make a lot of sense to come in and say, "Hey, how do you want to be a high tiered woman?" And according to the world, and you're reading the Bible. I don't care how you frame it; those two things don't matter. Make sense.
You're
Are
right.
you living your life according to the Bible?
Say it again.
Are you living? Do you want to live your life according to the Bible?
Yeah. Okay. So that honestly, like when I was asking that question, it wasn't for me. It really wasn't for me. I was trying to get a conversation going about how
All you can talk about is you.
me.
That's
Okay.
another problem. You ladies try to ask questions for billions and millions of women that you are not. And no
Okay.
matter how you slice it, ma'am, it sounds crazy.
You're right.
How,
You're
how
right.
can you ask a question on behalf of millions of women you don't know instead of worrying about the woman that I'm talking to?
You are right.
Thank you. So my point still remains. You guys are too scattered.
Okay. I do.
That's why I ask, and for people who are wondering, this is why I'm so direct and I ask my questions. I cut people off because this is what tends to happen. Do you want to be married one day?
Yeah.
Do you want children?
Yeah.
How many children would you like to have?
As many as I can.
How many children would you like to have?
Over 5.
Over 5. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
Not full time, no.
What percentage of the financial family load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
10, 20.
What state do you live in?
Tennessee.
How much money would a man need to make to be able to provide for a family of 5 children and a wife, 6, 7 people, to where his wife only has to work 10 to 20% of the time for her lifetime?
Well, my dad did it. So, okay.
I did
So,
not. Now, see that what I asked a question. See, you can't stay here, young lady. Answer that question. How much money would a man need to make to facilitate a lifestyle for a woman like you? Don't tell me what your dad did. Tell me the number. Tell me what you think the number is. But don't go give me a narrative about something that's not going to end
all
in a
right.
number.
60,000 just to be comfortable.
How much?
60.
60?
Yeah.
For a wife and 5 kids.
That's just to be comfortable. I'm not needy. I'm not extra.
$60,000 a year.
I'm just saying, well, I'm hopefully by that point I have something to bring financially.
$60,000 a year. What's your degree in?
What'd you say?
What is your degree in?
I never finished.
Do you live by yourself?
Yeah.
No roommates?
Oh, I have a roommate. Yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
I can tell. I'll tell you why. Because that smoke detector is a single girl tell.
How?
Because you got a beeping smoke detector, and that's a single woman tell.
I'm not staying in my house right now.
Okay.
I'm babysitting right now.
So I need you to be clear. $60,000 for 7 people.
Honestly, Kevin, I didn't even know how to answer that question. I don't know.
Well, that's sad.
I've never really
That's
researched
sad.
that.
That's sad. It's sad, and I'll tell you why it's sad.
Why?
Because at 23 years old, you're in marrying age. And if you don't know, it's sad because you young ladies have no idea who men are, what it means to be a man, how much it takes to facilitate a life you're talking about. It's just, and that's why I ask these questions so people can understand how much young women are being failed with information. $60,000, ma'am?
Wait, can I?
No, ma'am.
Can I
That's
interject
30.
real quick?
That's $30. No, $30 an hour. How much does the average? Go ahead, interject whatever you want to interject. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, at that point, hopefully, I would be able to. Hopefully, my career has taken off, and I will be able to.
Your career in what?
Bring something to the table already at that
your
point.
Your career in what?
Childcare.
Childcare?
Yes, like, I have savings and, like, I want to have something financially coming in.
Were you raised with your mother and father?
Like empty-handed.
Were you raised with your mother and father?
Yes.
Ma'am, in order to have 5 children and have a wife not work in Tennessee, which is right above Georgia.
I'm not trying to live in Tennessee, though.
Well, you better be. Where you trying to live then?
I want to be back where my family is in Minnesota.
as much as I've said $60,000, ma'am, you're talking closer to $600,000 for as many kids as you're talking about. So, do you work? Do you work right now?
Oh, do I? Yeah.
Okay, full time.
Mhm.
Uh, are you making more than $50,000 a year?
Um, no. Hold on. Can I do the math? I just got a new job and I haven't.
Are
No,
you
no.
hourly or
I'm actually
salary?
making.
Are
I'm
you
making
hourly or salary?
40. I'm making 40,000 a
$20.
year.
So that's $20 an hour. Okay.
Yep. Hmm.
So at $40,000 a year, and you said you only wanted to work 10 to 20%, how in the hell can a man who is making just $20,000 more than you provide for you and five kids?
But that's what I'm saying. Like at that point, hopefully, I have my own financial. That I have something financially coming in that I can bring to the table. If not, of course, I don't want five kids. That's just ludicrous. I'm just saying, like, that's always been, I've always wanted a big family. But if I can't afford a big family, then I'm not.
Ma'am, the problem is young ladies like yourself are just allowed to sit out here and not think about things. The question I asked you, all it would have required for you to do is sit down and say, how much does it cost to take care of one child? And then multiply that roughly times five as an adult. How much does it cost to take care of me? Then he would have to make as much. He'd have to replace my income. Then he has to do whatever he is doing for him. Then he have to do it for one, two, three, four children, however many. No matter what answer, ma'am, there's no way if you would have just sat down and seriously tried to think, you could have got $60,000. And
I
the
never
problem
really
is,
sat down and did that.
but that's not acceptable. And that's
Okay.
my point, that women are allowed to walk around and not think. Even when just asked, it's like, well, you're on the show, try to give an answer. He's like, oh, this, whatever. And the problem is, after this is over, you'll go back to doing. You are not different than a lot of other women. That's my point. That's why I say
Okay. Well,
modern women are not very serious. Y'all don't think about anything.
I think about things. I think about things. I'm just not gonna lie. Like, um, I never really thought about like finance. I'm now just realizing like you have to think about finances.
Well, who's
And
supposed to pay for it?
huh?
Who's
Repeat.
supposed to see? And this is why when ladies get understand, you get upset with men like myself
I'm
when
not
we talk.
upset. I
I'm
didn't
not
hear
talking
you.
about you. I'm talking to my audience.
Oh,
And ladies, you get upset with men like myself when we say men need to be in charge, such and so forth, because you've seen on my show for the most part, a lot of women don't want to think about this stuff. They don't want to be concerned. They just want it done. Well, the
yeah.
person that does it needs to run it. I mean, thank you for being honest, but I'm gonna tell you this, young lady, you really need to think just like anybody else. If you want a husband and you want children, you got a lot to think about because you got more than just showing up being cute. A man wants something, a return on investment. He's going to want somebody who's bringing something to the table besides a womb.
Uh-huh. So what
You
are those things? What are those things?
book a session.
Real talk, book a session, and that is only being honest. I think this lady is not having, I mean, throughout the whole conversation, though she has been kind of cutting off the conversation in a way, but I don't think she's combative. I don't think she's disrespectful, and I don't think she's too masculine. She's just, I mean, she's just a normal lady that just need guidance, right? But the fact that she don't understand how much it takes to raise 5 kids plus herself and her husband, says is all you need to know about married women. And it's not about her alone. Most of our women don't put up the mask when it comes to these things. They're just walking around, just walking through life. I don't know how the hell they kind of fail to. How on earth will you be able to raise 7 people with $60,000, right? Or is it that she's trying to say, like, if she come across a man making $60,000 and she's making $40,000, but even with that, with in today's economy, it's just not going to be that easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be something that is going to be difficult for you with today's economy. It's just the truth. So I think most women, they should sit down and add the numbers up most of the time before they start making decision of whether or not they are going to have maybe 5 kids, 3 kids, 2 kids, whatever the case is. You have to look at your financial, situation, right? And the man that is going to be involved. If he's making tons and tons of money, then I think you're good. I think what most of our women don't tend to take off is, or they don't tend to kind of put it into perspective before trying to have this type of conversation about relationship or something. Like it or not, relationship, you have to understand these things before think of, getting a man, or, making the decision that maybe I want to have 2, 3 kids or whatever the case is. But they just think that if I just feel like having 5 kids, 4 kids, whatever the case is, then that's what it is. And the reality is, no. Kids are very expensive nowadays, and you just cannot give birth because you just want to give birth. You have to understand that, okay, it takes $10, $20, whatever the case is, to raise a kid. So with that, if let's say it takes $40,000, let's say $20,000 to raise a kid a year, then if you are talking about 5 kids, means that only the kids are supposed to be $100,000, and that is mathematical, right? So talking about yourself and your man too, that is also extra. Let's say 30, that is $160,000, but which is, it's not even realistic. It's not going to work. A kid, $20,000 is more than $20,000. It's more than that. So putting yourself and your husband in the bracket, you are talking of everybody of maybe, let's say, $300,000 going, but they don't tend to think of these things that way, and that is a big problem. It is a big problem. You have to understand these things, know these things. As a young lady that is around this age, you should be able to talk about some of these things. If they ask you straight question, okay, how many kids you want to have? Okay, this, and you think how much can raise those kids, you should be able to answer these questions, because you shouldn't just be walking through life just like that. Like I said, she's not combative, she's not disrespectful throughout the conversation, but I don't see the seriousness in this lady. I think she's unserious, and it's a wrap. It's going to hurt her at the long run, and that's something that our women don't pay attention to. They just walk through life and they get there, so they found themselves in some situations that they wouldn't put themselves in if they were to be aware or very calculative about the things they do or the things they need to move in life. They wouldn't put themselves in those situations, but they just move around, not knowing the numbers, and yeah. So he's quite right. If you need him more, book a session. As simple as that, man. It's not something difficult. Guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you give it a like and a subscribe, and make sure you stay tuned. Catch you in the next one. I'm out, and peace.